Welcome to the business show that will change the way you look at your business practice, your organization, and yourself. This is Let's Get Radical with Jody Padar. On today's show, you'll get the straight scoop on what it means to be radical and how it can help you become the next success story. Now, here's your host, Jody Padar.
Welcome back. I'm Jody Padar, and you are listening to Let's Get Radical, and we are live at the AICPA Engage event in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Hotel, and it's huge. And there's like 5,000 people here learning all about learning all different kinds of CPE, accounting technology, and all about financial planning and advising. So it's pretty cool. Back with me for this segment, I have Ryan George, because he's the marketing guy, and we are going to talk to Stephen and Sean, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their firm, and we're going to kind of focus on marketing because I heard they're kind of like rock stars in the marketing.
That sounds great.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So go ahead.
We're Reason Financial, a wealth management and tax practice in San Diego, California. We serve about 600 people on the tax side, both individuals and businesses, and we work with about 320 households on the wealth management side. And we've been in business
about a dozen years now, independently. We've been affiliated with First Global actually our entire wealth management career. And we came together through working together at the Win Teams in San Diego.
Cool. Yeah. And were you guys always financial planners, or were you CPAs first?
No, that's why I had a hard time thinking about how long I've been in business, is that you start thinking about it, like how long has it been? Started on the tax side.
Okay.
Sean started on his tax side by taking his laptop around UCSD and doing tax returns for the students there. And so that's why he has to pause and think when his career actually really started. I studied financial services for most of my undergraduate and graduate education, and then immediately after graduating, I went to work at an estate planning firm. So taxes came later in my career, and I was always estate planning, financial planning first.
Okay, cool. And now, why is marketing so important to your firm?
Well, I think number one, it drives new business. And so being in our cohort, we're looking to grow, and we're looking to grow aggressively. So marketing has always been important to us to really get out into our community and help more people.
Yeah, I would add to that the qualitative side, that when we believe very strongly in what we do, and that is tax and financial professionals, we can actually really truly help people solve problems that everybody has to deal with. And so when we market, it's basically saying we want to take our view of how we do business to more people, because we believe we can help you solve the problems that you come across when everything that involves complex financial decision making.
So that sounds like it's really cultural to your firm, like as opposed to, many firms who may just be like, oh, I get referrals or whatever, right? Where you seem to have that the cultural aspect of wanting to grow and to have that marketing piece.
Sure. Yeah, I would say we believe very strongly in our ability to improve our community by delivering good advice.
Okay.
I think they've been very intentional about being proactive and trying out new capabilities. Not being afraid to, try out a blog or try out a newsletter or even try out webinars for clients. And I think that attitude has really helped you guys figure out what works best for you all versus, just sort of sticking to your guns on, the one or two things.
Yeah, and also finding out how people are going to communicate with us the best. I mean, we could try something over and over again that we feel would work for us, but if it doesn't work for the people that we're trying to reach, then it really, it's not going to be effective. So we've really tried to try as many things as possible to see what the engagement level is with our community. Say, okay, are people hearing this? Are they coming to us? Is the message resonating? Is this a medium where they're seeing it and saying, yeah, we know who you guys are and we want to talk to you guys further?
Yeah, and I think you guys take a very education, information focused forward approach towards your marketing and the message that you deliver, which really tie into the principles of the firm, the Reason Financial, and sort of the basis for which you build your financial advice on.
Yeah, I believe strongly in that because I look a lot at the materials that are available in our industry to help us market, and I want to dive deeper into them and make them of a higher quality to really resemble who we are and our capability. So I think we're always looking to impress upon our future client our abilities.
Yeah, we want it to be more than a steak dinner and a sales presentation.
Right. And now, is your client base similar? So, I mean, or are they diverse? Or so I guess the reason I'm going there is because niche marketing works very well. So do you guys market to specific niches or not?
I would say our biggest niche is business owners.
Okay.
And that's where we've been the most successful in actually delivering our marketing message to. And it's also an area where we feel that we can deliver the most value as well. So if we had to pick a niche, I would say business owners, as broad as that might be, is probably our number one primary focus.
I would go that a little bit further on that in that it's not just we have a fair amount of people who are in the digital economy and the gig economy, people who are making money on YouTube, young people who are opening up restaurants. Like we're young entrepreneurs is, I would say, what we mean when we say businesses that we're working with. Like there's it's a younger entrepreneurial group. It's not a company that's been around for 25 years.
Right. And so now are you using new technologies to reach them? Or not even new technologies, new ways of approaching them? Or as opposed to just doing a seminar, right? Or how are you approaching them differently?
Well, I think our most successful platform is our web platform.
Okay.
And so we found that by creating simply a landing page, a single page website that effectively communicates our value proposition and what we can help accomplish for them, drives a referral or a contact event. And then second to that, once they get on the phone with us or on our calendar, the marketing that's built into our culture and who we are makes it a very natural fit for them to become a client.
I would say to specifically name a platform is that on the tax side, we have a fairly strong Yelp presence. Mm-hmm. And so what we've found with that is that when somebody finds you through Yelp and they can see what the community says about you, that it drives trust right off the bat.
Yeah.
And so there's a trust transfer that comes from that platform, which was a little bit of a surprise to us. And so it drives trust, which is moving people to the landing page and the other materials that we've put together that Steve spoke of. And then on the wealth management side, what's interesting is as soon as somebody comes to us on the tax side and they have the trust transfer from, the Yelp,
right.
It oftentimes drives also a trust transfer to our overall sophistication. And there's a lot of different things that we do to try to communicate the message of financial planning to them once they're in, and they're just kind of that broad approach to their financial well-being.
So do you think that they're coming to your page and they know who Reason Financial is and then going and validating it at Yelp, or are they coming in through Yelp to you guys? Or do you think it works both ways?
I actually would say they're coming to us through Yelp or through an existing client referral. So I think the landing page is kind of twofold,
Sure.
in that it gives us a strong presence online. And if you were to search our tax firm, you would see that we come up in the search results and Yelp being the number 3 with our websites being 1 and 2.
Sure, which is really high.
So I think when you search us immediately, you see the reviews and the website together.
Cool. And now, how do you guys measure success with your marketing as you do it? Is it just because you see the growth, the organic growth happening, or do you actually have more of a strategic outlook on it?
I think that depends. I'll let Steve speak more to this, but I would say that it depends on what part of it we're looking at.
Okay.
So some of it is just going to be numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Like how many incoming phone calls were fielded from Yelp, or how many web requests for a meeting with us were fielded from our website. Right, so that's just going to be that type of an intake. But in regards to some of our other marketing, we've got like the emails and the click rates and things, right?
Yeah, we can pretty accurately see who's actually reading our content, who's forwarding it along to their friends. I do think the best way to measure it is simply by tracking the inbound from Yelp or from referral, and then quantifying it to how much value we're able to deliver to them.
Wow. So I'm going to ask you, Ryan, is this an unusual way for financial advisors to market?
Well, I do think, Yelp, they use Yelp through the accounting side, so we're still working on getting Yelp from financial planning side. But I do think there are a lot of our firms that have, active Yelp accounts or active Yelp user groups. So they are definitely unique in that set. But I also think it's unique to the specific clients that you guys serve. That you mentioned some of the more entrepreneurial startup clients. I think are those users of Yelp, the ones that go to that. So I think the two go hand in hand. And I think some of the work that you guys did over the years of really making yourself consistent in different digital properties and different presence to make sure that the brand is really consistent and the message being delivered is consistent, I think helps validate that as well, because the language that you use on your website isn't different than the language somebody would hear if they're having a client meeting in the office or having a conversation with you. And I think that that's been really important to help build that consistency and build that trust in the message being delivered.
Yeah, I continue to be impressed upon the quality of clients that go to Yelp across all demographics and all professions
and all income levels.
Yeah.
I actually, it's not you'd be really surprised. It's a very broad range of people who are going to that platform.
It's not a millennial
right
social hub. It is your MD that just moved to town and is looking for a new tax preparer.
Well, the top of the millennials are in their mid to late 40s now anyways. So they're not, these aren't people that are just starting out of college.
Right.
So, well, cool. So we're in Vegas. What are your plans for the rest of the week?
Well, we're very tempted by that lazy river out there. Unfortunately, the content here is just so back-to-back that it's hard to find a break or an event that we don't actually want to sit through. But definitely we have Top Golf tonight. Looking forward to that. That'll be my first experience. Matthew Anderson in our office. If he's watching now, I'll do him proud. I'll pick up the club and see if I can get a shot in the back net.
Well, Steve's wife is here, and so they went to see the Michael Jackson 1 show last night.
Cool.
My wife is not here.
Yeah,
so I went to the gym.
So, well, that sounds like, hey, Vegas is for everyone. So doesn't matter what you like. There's something for everyone here. Well, thank you guys for being on the Let's Get Radical podcast. Reason Financial, I mean, it's been really exciting to hear about the innovative stuff you're doing in marketing because not everybody's doing it. So thanks for being on our show, and stay tuned because we'll be back.